Buffalo, New York. You ever been there? So Miller and I did a concert in Buffalo, New York, sold the place out. And it's kind of a bleak town, I have to say. Good folks. That's where the wings come from. Buffalo Bills, but they are in Orchard Park. That's not Buffalo. That's an affluent suburb. Buffalo inner city, kind of rough, all right? So there are 250,000 people living in Buffalo. 47% white, 37% black. But here's the key stat. 85% have only a high school degree. 28% have a bachelor's, a college degree, 4-year college. Now, that's over 100%, so there's swing in there. You know, some people have GEDs, you know what I'm talking about. But when you have an overwhelming majority of the population without a college degree, you can have a working class town. And it's going to be hard in times of stress like COVID, like the Bush recession, for those folks to make a living. Okay? And Buffalo, you got to heat your house in the winter. Okay? It's not cheap. So they elected a socialist mayor. India Walton is her name. Okay? And India is 39 years old. And she said, yeah, I'm a socialist. I am. And, I'm going to do socialist things or whatever. So this is only the second time that an outright socialist has been elected mayor in a major American city. Milwaukee was the other. So what's India going to do to help the people in Buffalo who are having trouble making a living? All right, unemployment in Buffalo is about 9%. Median household income, $37,000. That's not much. Okay? And persons in poverty, 30%. 30% poverty rate in Buffalo. So what's India going to do? Nothing. India can't do anything. The only solution to Buffalo's problems is for high tech and other industry to go to Buffalo, to open factories and open businesses. That's it. India's not going to do anything. India's 39 years old. She doesn't know anything, with all due respect. Maybe I'm underestimating India Walton, but I don't think so. Now, New York has become far left. In my lifetime, when I was a kid, it was a fairly conservative state. Nelson Rockefeller, all of that. Not now. So what happened in California? You had Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon. No. So India, anyway, the good people of Buffalo, it's a legitimate vote. They chose the candidate they wanted. There is no Republican opposition, by the way. These are two Democrats running against an incumbent mayor who was steeped in scandal, and India won. So, why is this happening? Well, it's because in order to succeed in a capitalist system, that is to make a nice living and to be able to acquire a nice house and a nice car and educate your kids and all that, in order to do that, you have to be motivated. And I'll explain that in a moment. If you are not motivated to work hard and to get educated, you're not going to succeed. There's no way. You're either going to become a criminal or you're going to ask the government to give you stuff. There's no other way. If you can't do anything, no one will hire you. Got to develop a skill. You've got to be good at what you do. You've got to be able to earn a living. That's motivation. Now, things are changing in America. So Axios, not reliable, but they have a poll. All right, 2,300 adults. Question, do you have a positive or negative reaction to the word socialism? Okay, 41% positive, 52% negative, 7% don't know what socialism is. Okay, now, if you compare that to 2001, it's up a huge number because socialism has taken root. Why has it taken root? This is very, very important. When I was teaching high school in Opelika, Florida, look it up, crack capital of the world. It was a poor Catholic school. There were barbed wire on the fence surrounding the school. All right, it was a rough place. I had in my classes a mixture of kids, diversity all day long, inclusion, you got it. Cubans, whites, and blacks. All right, all of my class. And most of those kids got along. I mean, the Cubans would speak Spanish, and that would tee off the non-Spanish speakers, but that was about it. Now, among those students, there was the motivated crew and those who were not motivated. Now, my skill was directed at those who were not motivated, because the kids, I still hear from them because I'm famous, and they know Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, they can give me a letter. All right. So the motivated kids, I didn't have to worry about them. I knew that they were going to succeed in America unless something befell them that was not their fault. But the unmotivated kids, which I would put that number at about 50% in that school, about 50%, they had a variety of reasons for being unmotivated, but they had one thing all in common: parents who didn't care. Very rarely was there an unmotivated student, sitting in the back, chewing the gum, not doing the homework, not caring, sleeping in school, taking drugs, whatever it may be. Very rarely were those children the offspring of parents who cared. Very rarely. Now, there was some rebellion, and you know what that all is. But most of the unmotivated kids came from homes where they didn't care. How do I know? Because I call the parents. I would call the parents. I was a motivated teacher and say, look, little Sydney here, not doing it, not cutting it in this class. What can we do to help him? Now, a lot of parents I couldn't even get in touch with. They didn't have cell phones back then. But I would, all the parents had to list their number in a Catholic school, and I would call them. I couldn't get half of them. And the other half could barely speak English on the phone. And most of them couldn't care less. And on parent-teachers conferences, all right, they wouldn't come. Whereas the motivated kids, their parents were there all day long because they want to hear good things about the urchins. Now, that was the reality way back, decades ago. It remains the reality today. So when the socialist people, India or Ocasio-Cortez or Joe Biden, whoever it may be, when they tell you the government can solve the problems of the unmotivated, they're lying. They're lying. And there are now millions and millions of people who say, I know I'm unmotivated. I want to sit down. I want to play my video. I want to look at the internet all day long. I don't want to work. There's a song, I don't want to work. I want to bang on the drum all day. That's what's going on. And then they'll send me stuff. Well, those people vote. And they vote for people who are going to send them stuff. That's why India got elected in Buffalo. Now, the government can't change that. You can't make bad parents good parents. I mean, one of the litmus tests when I walk into a home I've never been in before is to look around and see how many books are on display. Any books? Many places, there are no books. Not one. They don't check the homework. They don't take the kids anywhere. They don't teach them about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Well, they're going to school, so the school will do it. School won't do it, just like the government won't do it. So we're building up a dependency in this country of the unmotivated. Now, old school people like me, who has worked since I'm 10 years old, we're appalled by this. So I don't want my hard-earned money being taken away from me by Bernie Sanders and given to somebody who's unmotivated, lazy, and going to sit there going, come on, where's mine? I'm not going to do anything for it. I want it. I mean, you respect that? I don't respect it. So when I hear all this stuff, because this is what it's all about now in America, it's all about breaking down our traditional capitalistic system and our traditional social system, breaking it down, destroying it, and building up a culture of dependency that makes the politicians far more powerful than they are today. That's what this is all about. So when you hear all this nonsense, root causes, root causes. The root cause of migration from Central America and Mexico is corruption in those countries. Those countries are corrupt across the board. They don't care about their people. That's why. And if you go around the world, more countries are corrupt than not. We don't let everybody in. So I'm getting real worried about this culture because people don't understand how pernicious, word of the day, this whole thing is. How the far progressive left wants to divide the nation, haves and have-nots, because there are more have-nots than haves. And thus they have launched a war on wealth. Now, one more thing before we get to our guest, who's an expert in this, all right? There are venal, terrible, wealthy people. I see them every blanking day when I go out to Eastern Long Island. I won't even live in the Hamptons, okay? Because I don't like what is going on there. I go to the end of Long Island where the fishermen live. So, I know there are greed heads, there are exploiters, there are terrible, terrible people, and nowhere more than in Hollywood, in show business, in the media, in Silicon Valley. Okay? These are absolute oligarchs. They couldn't care less, no matter how many foundations they set up. Okay, but I'm a self-made guy, and I know a lot of self-made guys and gals. Can I say gals anymore? I know people who started from nothing and they've worked their way up, and they're every color. For you white supremacist fans out there, every color. And they said, I'm motivated, I'm going to succeed, the country gives me opportunity, I'm going to seize it. Well, the Bernie Sanders crew, the socialist crew, want to punish those people for achievement. That is the war on wealth. Fellow Americans, I am concerned about the US dollar. Huge debt, as you know. Will it stay as the world's reserve currency? That's why now more than ever, I recommend you diversify with gold and silver. And the only company I recommend, and have for years, is American Hartford Gold. I trust them. I've personally done business with them. They sell physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA. And they make it very easy. So call them right now. Make sure you tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Since I have been recommending American Hartford Gold, gold shot up more than 40%. Silver, more than 60%. So don't wait, call them now, 866-501-5201, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Bill O'Reilly here. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe to the First TV YouTube page. Just hit the big red subscribe button below, and you'll get clips and highlights of my program, The No Spin News, every single day. We'll see you soon.